Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Better than expected. The Trump administration and the president's closest advisors are responding after the Attorney General released his summary of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. The conclusions the Attorney General and Special Counsel made.
A somber anniversary for the Bakersfield 3, 1 year after Micah Hosenbeek went missing, and still so few answers for his family. What his mother has to say about where they go from here as she remembers her son.
Can you help with the number of homeless and hungry skyrocketing in our community? A chance to feed families this week. We'll tell you how. This is Monday, March 25th, 2019. Good morning. Great to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Tabitha Mills and Kevin Shred after a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get the rain, though, on Saturday. So.
A little bit of rain on Saturday. It depended on where you were at and how much you got. Here in downtown, we didn't see as much. It poured out in the southwest where I live. And then Sunday it cleared out. It was just beautiful yesterday, and it was warm. And today we're looking sunny and even a little bit warmer. So get ready to head outdoors today because it's going to be well worth it. As we take a look at the temperature right now, we're at 47 degrees, just a light wind out of the south-southeast at 5 miles per hour for you. As we take a look at the overall day, starting out in those 40s, plenty of sunshine for you today, 71 at noon, and then by 3 o'clock we're going to be right near 77 with a light northwest wind. As we take a look at the mountains, you're currently at 37, a light breeze out of the east-southeast at 9, and we're going to start out in the 30s, and then this afternoon we'll be looking at the 60s, and by 3 o'clock a light southwest wind at 8. It's going to be a great day to hit the course as well if you're one of those golfers, and you can see here by 8 a.m. 50 degrees, 11 o'clock 67, and you're going to do an afternoon tee time. 2 o'clock we're looking at temperatures right near 76.
After more than 24 hours, phone service is back up and running in eastern Kern County. Kern County Sheriff's Office first reported the outage at 1:30 Saturday afternoon for AT&T and Frontier customers in the Kern River Valley, China Lake, Boron, California City, and Ridgecrest. The outage was caused by a cut fiber optic line. It affected cell phones and landlines. Users were able to reach 911 in the event of an emergency, and KCSO said the text to 911 feature on cell phones still worked as well.
It's the report captivating the nation. After 2 years, we're seeing excerpts of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Yesterday, Attorney General William Barr released a summary of Mueller's principal findings. The 4-page summary says the report by Mueller, quote, did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in its election interference activities. The Attorney General also said the special counsel did not draw a conclusion on the subject of obstruction of justice. The letter says while the report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it does not exonerate him.
A Greyhound driver is behind bars after allegedly driving a bus full of passengers while under the influence of drugs. It happened just before 10 yesterday morning on Highway 99 in Fresno County. CHP says the bus was headed from Sacramento to Los Angeles when it veered off the highway. The driver, 28-year-old Ashton Castillo, now faces several felony and misdemeanor charges. Angelica Leilani reports.
I just saw the bus go in a swerving, from left to right.
First initial hit to the wall woke me up, and then there was people screaming.
Dozens of passengers stranded on the side of the highway Sunday morning after the Greyhound bus they were on crashed.
He almost tipped over twice.
Many say there were several red flags, starting with the driver being 2 hours late to pick them up.
Still drowsy. He was just like...
In Sacramento, he seemed like he wasn't all there. He was just kind of mumbling to us and stuff, and during the ride he was drifting off and stuff.
Here's the moment that Ashton Castillo was arrested. He had about 35 passengers on board when he crashed near Highway 180.
Looks like the bus veered off to the right side, went up the embankment, and veered back to the left across both lanes and up the left embankment where it eventually came to a stop.
CHP says Castillo was arrested for allegedly being under the influence of drugs.
The officer, in her opinion, thought he was displaying signs of impairment, so she placed him under arrest for further evaluation.
Officials say several passengers were traveling from Seattle. It's unclear if Castillo was driving that leg of the trip before a stop in Sacramento. CHP says about 5 to 10 passengers complained of pain and injuries. They say one was transported to CRMC.
CHP says the Greyhound sent out another bus to pick up all of the passengers and take them to L.A. Officers booked the driver into Fresno County Jail. He faces felony DUI and a misdemeanor for driving without a license. Employees at the Fresno Greyhound station told our affiliate KSEE Greyhound isn't yet commenting on the crash.
A traffic nightmare for people headed to the Southland this weekend. A massive pileup on I-5 sent more than a dozen people to the hospital and left a young child in critical condition. It happened Saturday along southbound I-5 near Gormand. The pileup was caused by 3 different crashes that resulted in a chain reaction. At least 25 cars were involved in the pileup. Several even caught fire. Another 50 to 100 cars were trapped for hours between the crashes. More than 35 people were hurt, and a 2-year-old had to be airlifted to the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles in critical condition.
We were coming down the Grapevine, and of course it's a little bit foggy, and we slowed down, and then this trailer from behind hit us and threw us off the road, and we hit another car hit us, and then you just hear the yelling. We couldn't see anything, just yelling and screaming because all the cars started piling up.
A veterinarian had to be called to the scene. Several horses were hurt. 1 died in the crash. No word on the condition of the young child this morning. The CHP confirms the pileup was a result of rapidly changing weather as rain and fog moved in.
An investigation is underway in East Bakersfield after a baby was found dead. The Kern County Sheriff's Office responded to a call early yesterday morning for a baby not breathing. This happened at a home on Pearl Street between Haley and San Luis Streets. Paramedics took the baby to the hospital where the baby was pronounced dead. KCSO says the investigation is active and ongoing.
A somber anniversary for the Bakersfield 3. Saturday marked 1 year since Micah Holsenbake went missing, and today marks 11 months since Bailey Despot disappeared. The mothers of Bailey Despot and James Kolstad were at Hart Park Saturday, placing a memorial at the edge of the Kern River, where Holsenbake's arm was found last summer.
We love you, Micah, and we miss you, and we just want you to know that we think about you every day, that you're loved, and you'll never be forgotten.
The moms placed a cross with yellow roses, Micah's favorite. They also made a boat that resembled a Navy hat to represent his time in the service. The boat reads, "Forever loved, never forgotten." They floated the boat along with flowers down the river in his memory. The moms say they'll never stop looking for answers.
5:07 now. The Citizens Oversight Committee, better known as the Measure In Committee, is holding a special meeting tonight. The committee is responsible for overseeing how the city spends new revenue generated from Measure In. That's the 1-cent sales tax increase that voters narrowly passed in November. Tonight's meeting is happening at 6 o'clock in the council chambers at City Hall on Truxton Avenue. The committee will hear several proposals for projects around town. The meetings are always open to members of the public.
It's 5:08 now. Local law enforcement officers crossed the finish line of the annual Baker to Vegas run. Kern County Sheriff's Office posted this picture on their Instagram, crossing the finish line at 7:29 yesterday morning. They came in 64 out of 285 teams with a finishing time of 16 hours, 12 minutes, and 57 seconds. The team made up of 20 runners hit the pavement at 3 yesterday afternoon, making the 100, or the day before, making the trek from Baker to Las Vegas. Each runner did 5 to 6 miles at a time, and we're told the Bakersfield Police Department also had a team running. No word, though, on how they fared, but, I mean, if you made it, wow.
That's a long run. That's a long drive, let alone a long run. Congratulations to them. Welcome back. In your education news, several local high school teams were busy competing this weekend. One in particular is moving up in the ranks.
Earlier this month, the Arvin High School Color Guard was ranked #1 in the state and #4 in the nation. But as 17's Mary Kate Paquette explains, they have a new title. Really exciting.
That's right. A local high school color guard can now say they're #1 in the world.
And the first place award, your 2019 WGI West Regional Scholastic Open Class Champions, Arvin High School.
We first told you about the very talented Arvin High School team earlier this month. Yesterday, the team took first place after a weekend of competition in Las Vegas, securing them the top spot in their division. They've been practicing over 12 hours a week since November. The show that puts them on top is a story of their journey over the last 4 years, honoring the seniors. Before this weekend's big win, the team was #1 in the state and #1 in the nation. They go on to compete in the world competition in Dayton, Ohio next month. They leave April 1st at 4:30 p.m. from Arvin High for the big competition, but they need help raising funds for their big trip. You can find a link to a GoFundMe they set up on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon. And before they leave, you have a chance to see them in action one more time as they compete this Saturday at North High School. The group will perform just after 7 p.m. And some aspiring Legal Eagles headed to Sacramento this weekend. The Centennial High School mock trial team competed in the state championship Saturday. The team represented Kern County and went up against 36 other county champions across the state. The mock trial team said they had 3 wins and 1 loss against Riverside Poly. The team didn't make the top 8, but we'll know later this week where they were slated in the competition. A big weekend for local high schoolers. Maddie and Tab.
Yep, congrats to all of them. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Mary Kate. A popular superfood is being recalled in several states, including California. Southern California-based Henry Avocado says its whole avocados could be contaminated with listeria. So far, there have been no illnesses associated with the recall, but the company says it took action out of an abundance of caution based on positive test results taken during a routine government inspection. The recall impacts Henry Avocados sold in bulk at stores in 6 states, including California. First, Levi's, now Pinterest. Another San Francisco-based company is looking to go public. The company filed the paperwork Friday. Pinterest started in 2010 and functions like a digital scrapbook, allowing users to bookmark or pin images on personal pages. Like many tech companies that have gone public, it's not yet profitable, but the company says it has a plan to position itself as a possible competitor to products like Google Search. Pinterest has more than 250 million users worldwide. The website is popular among moms. Pinterest says 80% of its users here in the U.S. are women with children. Apple has something new to sell you, but instead of a new iPhone or iPad, the tech giant is expected to unveil a streaming media and news service that will compete with the likes of Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. NBC's Jennifer Bjorklund has a preview of the big announcement.
The most advanced iPhone we have ever created.
Apple could flip the script a bit with today's announcement.
Usually at Apple events, the stars are the devices.
But with the tease, it's showtime. Apple may call on celebrity star power to help launch what's expected to be a new streaming television service.
It not only wows the viewer at home, the potential subscriber, it shows these stars that they'll get the star treatment.
Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg are among Hollywood talents already working on program content for Apple, as well as Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. Yet Apple's entering a territory where Netflix dominates, and a growing number of rivals have created subscription fatigue for some consumers. Still, industry observers expect Apple's financial cloud and platform of services will make it competitive.
What Apple has working to its advantage, it has an incredible brand. It has some of the best branding recognition in the world.
The question is whether Apple loyalty will extend into something new. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News, Cupertino.
Thanks for listening to the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's a 15-minute summary of everything you need to know about Kern County. There's a new episode every weekday.